The question of whether music is haram, forbidden, in Islam has been a subject of intense debate among scholars, theologians, and Muslims worldwide for centuries. It's a topic that evokes passion, confusion, and varying opinions, not just in religious circles but also in the everyday lives of Muslims who are trying to balance their faith with the world around them. Is music a beautiful gift that brings joy to our hearts and souls? Or is it a dangerous distraction that leads us away from the remembrance of Allah? The answer is far from simple and has led to divided opinions among the most respected scholars in Islamic history. In many ways, the controversy surrounding music mirrors the broader struggle between tradition and modernity. Islam is a faith that provides guidance on every aspect of life, from worship and morality to how we interact with others. But when it comes to music, the lines are not so clearly drawn. The Quran, which is the ultimate source of guidance for Muslims, does not explicitly mention music. However, certain verses are interpreted by some scholars to imply that music is discouraged or even forbidden. One such verse is found in Surah Luqman. And of mankind is he who purchases idle talks to mislead others from the path of Allah without knowledge, and takes it by way of mockery. For such there will be a humiliating torment. Quran 31:6. The phrase idle talks in this verse has been interpreted by some scholars to refer to music, leading them to believe that it is haram. However, other scholars argue that the verse is too vague to make such a definitive claim, and that it could refer to any kind of speech or activity that distracts one from the remembrance of Allah, not just music specifically. This is where the debate begins. The ambiguity of the Quran on the issue of music has left room for multiple interpretations, and these interpretations have only become more complex over time. The Hadith, the sayings and actions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, also play a crucial role in this debate. Some Hadith seem to suggest that music is indeed haram. One of the most frequently cited Hadiths on this matter is narrated by Abu Malik al-Ash'ari, who reported that the Prophet said, "There will be among my followers people who will consider as permissible illegal sexual intercourse, the wearing of silk, the drinking of alcoholic drinks, and the use of musical instruments." Sahih Bukhari. This hadith is often used by those who argue that musical instruments are forbidden in Islam, as they are mentioned in the same breath as other clearly haram activities like fornication and alcohol consumption. But even here, there is room for interpretation. Some scholars point out that the hadith could be referring to specific kinds of music or the way in which music is used, rather than a blanket prohibition on all music. They argue that the context in which music is performed or listened to matters significantly. For example, music that promotes immoral behavior, distracts from religious obligations, or encourages sinful actions could be considered haram, while music that inspires good behavior or enhances one's spirituality could be permissible. Despite these differing interpretations, there are Islamic scholars who hold firmly to the belief that music, in all its forms, is haram. Their position is based not only on the hadith, but also on the idea that music can be a distraction from the remembrance of Allah and the performance of religious duties. In their view, music has the potential to corrupt the soul, lead to sinful behavior, and take a person away from their spiritual path. This perspective has been particularly prevalent in more conservative or traditional Islamic societies, where music is often restricted or outright banned in public spaces. However, there are also many scholars who believe that music is not inherently haram and that its permissibility depends on the context in which it is used. This more lenient view can be found in various parts of the Muslim world, where music is an integral part of cultural and religious life. For example, in many Sufi traditions, music is used as a means of drawing closer to Allah. Sufi practitioners often engage in musical performances known as dhikr, or remembrance, where the chanting of names of Allah is accompanied by rhythmic drumming or other instruments. These performances are seen as acts of worship and spiritual elevation, rather than distractions from faith. In these traditions, Music is not viewed as haram but rather as a tool for enhancing one's connection with the divine. This perspective reflects a broader understanding of music as something that can have both positive and negative effects, depending on how it is used. Music, like any other form of art or entertainment, has the potential to inspire both good and bad behavior. It can uplift the soul and bring people closer to Allah. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating insights into Islamic history and lifestyle.